Story 1. I worked at a camp where kids disappeared. When I was 19, I worked as a summer counselor at a remote camp in Montana. I thought it would be just another paycheck. Fresh air, roasted marshmallows, stupid songs. But something happened that year. Something I've never been able to forget. Something no one would believe, unless they were there. Let me tell you what really happened at Camp Widemore. It started normal. I showed up with a duffel bag, some bug spray, and zero expectations. The camp director, Ms. Brinley, was stern but pleasant tall, silver-haired. Camp Widemore wasn't huge. Maybe 40 kids, 8 counselors, a few support staff. The cabins were old but solid. No signal. No Wi-Fi. A place for real connection, they said. But even on day 1, something felt off. There were missing posters pinned to the wall behind the supply shed. Not fresh ones. Faded. Weather-warped. 5 or 6 different kids' dates stretching back a decade. No one mentioned them. There was a rule that bothered me. Every counselor was given a whistle, told never to blow it unless someone was missing. And even then, we had to wait 5 minutes before sounding it. Why wait? Ms. Brinley was clear. If someone disappears, do not run into the woods. Wait 5 full minutes. Then blow your whistle. Only then, that first week, nothing happened. We hiked, canoed, told ghost stories. The usual. But one night I was walking back from the mess hall when I saw Camper Tamas standing at the edge of the woods. He was facing the trees. Perfectly still. "Tommy?" I called. He turned. His eyes were wide, unblinking. I heard. "Calling," he whispered. "My mom." His mom was states away. 3 nights later, a girl named Brooke vanished. Her bunkmate said she got up to pee and never came back. I hesitated, but I remembered the rule. Wait 5 minutes, then blow the whistle. So I did. And when we searched the area, we found Brooke's shoes, neatly placed beside the edge of the woods. No tracks. No scuff marks. No signs of struggle. Like she stepped out of them and vanished. That night I barely slept. Around 2 a.m., I heard a whistle. Not mine. Far off, high-pitched, distant. Then I heard it, my name. But not a camper's voice. "My mom's Ben. Come help me, honey." It wasn't possible. I ran to the window and saw shadows in the trees. Not animals. Figures. Miss Brinley was standing outside, watching. Her red scarf blew in the wind. She didn't look surprised. She just whispered, "Don't answer them." The next day, another counselor rezzed. He'd found something weird. "There's a 13th cabin," he said. "But there's only supposed to be 12. We hiked out to where he saw it. Between the trees, hidden behind overgrowth, was a moss-covered structure. Cracked windows. Collapsing roof. A sign over the door. Asterisk, asterisk, cabin 13. Asterisk, asterisk. Inside were 7 beds. Rotten mattresses. And names scratched into the wall. I recognized 2, Brooke and Tommy. Ray wanted to tell Ms. Brinley. I said no. Something told me she already knew. We agreed to take pictures. But when I checked my phone later, they were gone. That night, Ms. Brinley found me. "You went to cabin 13, she said. I froze. "What is that place?" She didn't answer directly. There are rules. And reasons. Every few years, the woods take someone. Always have. They choose. I asked why we didn't stop it. She looked tired. Because when we tried, more died. Then she said something I'll never forget. The woods don't like being disobeyed, so we give them one. And in return, we're left alone. Ray wanted to leave. He said he didn't care about the contract, the camp, the woods, but he never made it. I found his whistle outside his cabin, along with his watch, his shoes, and the trees, whispering. That night, the campers huddled close. I stayed up with them, flashlight in hand. But around 3 a.m., a little boy stood up. Jason walked to the door like sleepwalking. I grabbed him. He fought me, yelling, "Let go. My brother's out there." Jason was an only child. The summer ended early. Ms. Brinley said it was due to budget issues. I left. Never came back. The camp still operates. They don't advertise. They don't have a website. Sometimes I check Google Earth. The 13th cabin never shows up, but I know it's there, waiting. I don't know why I wasn't chosen. Maybe I was too afraid. Maybe the woods took pity, but I still hear the whispers sometimes, late at night, in the trees outside my apartment, and sometimes I dream I'm back there, standing in the woods, blowing my whistle, and no one comes. There's something wrong with the trail behind my house. There's a trail behind my house that I used to love. Used to. We live in a rural part of Oregon, thick trees, damp earth, constant fog in the morning. When I moved here 2 years ago, the trail was a comfort. A dirt path winding through pines and mossy stones, maybe 2 miles long. I'd walk it every day after work with my dog Murphy. But about 3 weeks ago, something changed. And now, I'm afraid to even look at it. The first weird thing? A branch. Thick. Gnarled. Laid perfectly across the trail, like it was placed there. Murphy stopped walking. Ears up. Tail stiff. When I stepped over the branch, I swear the trees around us shifted. Not visibly. More like a sensation. Like the air pressure dropped. Like I stepped into somewhere else. That day we never reached the usual clearing. It just didn't appear. The path twisted, climbed, turned. After a while, I realized I didn't know where I was. It took us 3 hours to find our way back to the backyard gate. The trail was never more than 2 miles. Not even close. The next day, I decided to map it with a hiking app. Murphy was reluctant but followed. About half a mile in, I heard footsteps behind me. Turned nothing. Then I heard my own voice, echoed faintly in the woods. "Come on, Murph. Let's go." But I hadn't said anything. Not yet. We turned back. The app said I'd walked 6 miles in a circle. Day 4. I tried again. And that's when I saw him. A man, way off through the trees, wearing the exact same hoodie I had on. Standing still. I raised my hand. He raised his, but not quite at the same time, like he was delayed. Then he smiled and walked into the trees. I turned around and walked home as fast as I could. Didn't run. Just moved. But when I got back, it was mud on the back steps. Boot prints. Not mine. One morning, Murphy bolted into the trees after a rabbit. I chased after him, yelling, screaming, no response. Then I heard barking, coming from every direction. Echoes. Bouncing. Then silence. I searched until nightfall. No sign. I left the gate open, hoping he'd come home. At 2:12 a.m., I woke up to scratching at the back door. I sprinted down the stairs, Murphy. But when I opened the door, there was no one there. Just paw prints, leading back to the trail. Desperate, I reached out to a local park ranger I found on Facebook. Older guy named Harold. I told him everything. He listened without blinking. Then he said, "That trail don't belong to us anymore." What does that mean? Sometimes the land forgets people left, and it starts remembering the ones who didn't. He told me to stop going, to build a fence, to pretend it wasn't there. Then he left me with this: don't follow the voices. Don't chase the dog. And if you ever see yourself in the woods, run the other way. Last week, Murphy came home. Or something that looked like Murphy. Same eyes. Same collar. But he won't eat. He just sits by the door. Watching. Waiting. And every time I blink, I swear he's closer to the trail. Last night, I heard him whisper, not bark. Whisper. He said, "You're already in here with me." I don't know what that means, but I keep seeing things move in the trees. The trail changes shape now. Sometimes it's paved. Sometimes it's dirt. Sometimes it's gone completely, then back the next morning. I've started nailing my doors shut, because I think I brought something back. And I think it wants me to go walking again.
The camper who came back wrong.
If you're hearing this, it means I've finally decided to tell the truth. About what happened at
Camp Disappearances.
in the summer of 2007. About the boy we lost in the woods, and the thing that came back wearing his face. His name was Ryan Booker. 11 years old. Freckles. Wore a Yankees cap every day. One afternoon, his group went hiking. I was one of the counselors. We counted heads constantly, always kept a buddy system. But during the lunch break, Ryan slipped off to pee. 5 minutes. Then 10.
Then 20.
We searched until dark. Flashlights. Calling his name. No sign. Police came. Helicopters. Nothing. He was gone. 3 days later, he came back. Just walked up the main road and knocked on the dining hall door like nothing happened. Said he got lost. Didn't seem scared. Didn't remember anything weird. But he wasn't the same. He didn't blink as much. He didn't eat what he used to. And he didn't laugh at any jokes. Just smiled. Slowly. Quietly. One night I found him sitting on the dock, feet in the water, staring down. "I don't like the thing that lives down there," he whispered. "Down where?" I asked. He just smiled wider. After Ryan came back, the forest changed. Birds stopped singing. We heard scratching under the cabins. One camper woke up with long claw marks on his wall. From the inside, Ryan never slept. He'd just sit upright in his bunk, watching his cabin mates. One night, another camper, Josh, started screaming. Said Ryan had been standing over him whispering, but when the lights came on, Ryan was in bed, but soaking wet. Clothes, sheets, everything. I cornered Ryan one evening and asked, "Where'd you go? Really?" He didn't answer. Just reached into his mouth and pulled out something. A rock. Smooth. Black. Wet. "I brought it back," he said. "Now it watches you too." Later, I checked his bunk. Underneath it, carved in the wood.
You left me there.
That night, the screams started. Something came out of the lake. Tall. Skin like mud. Eyes like polished stone. Kids ran. Staff ran. I stayed long enough to see it, stepped toward Ryan and Bo. Ryan walked into the lake. He turned once, looked at me and smiled. But his eyes weren't eyes anymore. Just black. Camp Dustpine closed that year. The lake is off limits now, but they never drained it. Never searched the bottom. I still see Ryan sometimes. In dreams, on dark roads, in reflections. He knocks. He whispers. And he always asks the same question.
Why didn't you come to me?